Welcome back to Power Lunch, everybody. At offices across America today, people are talking about their polling place where the lines were long or maybe shorter or maybe there were no lines at all. Let's get now to a polling place in a key swing state for a look at the scene there. NBC News correspondent Julie Tsirkin is live in Pittsburgh. What's the turnout been like, Julie, and what have you sensed?
Well, officials are telling me the turnout is way higher than they expected in some counties around Pennsylvania, including in the Philly area, here in Allegheny as well. The turnout has far surpassed the total numbers that they've seen in 2020. I'm at a specific polling site here in the northwest suburbs of Pittsburgh. There have been a steady stream of people going inside. You see them behind me. This polling site is interesting because the bottom floor houses one district, the top floor another. The bottom floor, that district actually went to President Biden by just 16 votes in 2020, the top floor to Trump by 23 points. So just really a handful of votes that could make all the difference in this election. And Allegheny County specifically is a blue island surrounded by counties that have trended more to the right in recent years. But this county, the officials here say, mail-in ballots, the total turnout that they expect much higher numbers now, again, than in previous elections. Even college campuses nearby reporting high turnout there as well.
I always try to choose the best candidate possible, and sometimes change is needed, good or bad, depending on what party you're in. But sometimes change is needed just to shake things up and keep things honest.
So that's just one of the voters that I spoke to here. I have to tell you, after I spoke to him, he voted for Trump, but he did say that he tries to identify which candidate would work best for him based on the election. For example, he's not voting Republican all down ballot in every election. This time around, he voted for McCormick for Senate here, who is a Republican. In past elections, though, he supported Bob Casey. He just said it's time for a change. He evaluates his candidates that way. I also heard from suburban women. This is a group of people that, of course, we've been watching here. One of them told me she's a lifelong Republican who started voting for Democrats once Trump came on the scene. She said this time around she voted up and down the ballot for Democrats, specifically on the issue of women's health and bodily autonomy. That's something that's important for her. Other voters said their biggest concern is the economy, immigration. We heard that all throughout the state. I was in Erie County a couple days ago, Montgomery County, the Philly suburbs a day later. So really getting a full picture of the state. But bottom line here is voters are showing up to the polls and they are casting their ballots, participating in democracy, perhaps even for some of them, the first time they get to do that.
Julia, I've got to say that I'm not seeing long lines behind you there. I'm seeing some voters sort of trickling in and out. And so I guess I take your word for it that the turnout is very heavy. There have been no disruptions that you're aware of, no demonstrations that you're aware of. Certainly, it doesn't appear to be the case at the polling place outside of which you are standing.
Yeah, no demonstrations, no protests here, not in any other polling site that I'm aware of in this county. We're keeping a close eye on all of them, but that doesn't mean that's not happening in other parts of Pennsylvania. And that doesn't mean that the county officials are not preparing for legal challenges, something that they've seen, of course, after the 2020 election, and especially in a state like PA, which is critical to Harris and Trump. Whoever wins this state, many experts say they win the entire gambit. But as far as this polling location, they've actually seen steady lines of people. I mean, right now it is 2:30 in the afternoon, so you're not going to have as many people as you have before work or after work. This morning, a poll worker told my producer, Kate Santalese, that they saw lines of people down the block. The parking lot was full. And again, we are in the suburbs. We're not even in downtown Pittsburgh, where, of course, the lines are going to be a lot longer, more densely concentrated area, especially with all those college kids around.
Excellent point. Julie Tsirkin, thank you very much. We appreciate your time today. Hang in there. Got a long day ahead of you, I'm sure. Stay warm.